Why banned Desert and secret banned Rift Island. So that's our bans for the maps. Gorge will be coming up first. And if you guys are ready, I'll tell Robo to start the game.
Yeah, we are ready. I feel that they are going for more classic maps, right? Like they are banning the one that can be a little bit, new, like the Rift Island and some others. Well, let's see. Let's see what will happen with future series and with best of 5. In best of 5, we
Looking
might
forward
see
to it.
some different maps. Okay, we are starting. Wow, now it's Try versus Secret after that crazy game.
I'm looking forward to this one, but man, after last game.
Well, guys, welcome. We are with another series from the Escape Champions League. I just hope it's gonna be half good. It was the previous one. With half with the previous one, it's gonna be great, great. With me, Resonance 22. This is Memp. We are with the Escape Champions League. Remember, sponsored by Microsoft and hosted by, of course, Escape. And we have Ethiopians and Aztec, the Viper Slam on the left, and Mr. Yo and Leaks, Ethiopian and Slav on the right side. We have Ethiopians for both, but Slavs and Aztecs. According to the civilization, and we will go for the maps later, Mr. Res, what do you think about this matchup?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be joined by you today, Mem. Ooh, Ethiopians and Aztecs versus Ethiopians plus Slavs. Now, I think it's actually pretty close. Gorge is a really strange map, by the way, for those of you who are not familiar with it. It's got a bit of that Acropolis vibe, except the top of your hill is actually quite large, and there's a valley between each players that contains ponds that I believe have either no fish or almost no fish. But there are little stone mines in there, so controlling the middle of the map can be helpful, and I suppose you could put a dock there for cannon gallons if you'd like. I don't think we're going to see... I like the Aztecs for like a bit of early pressure, but I think the Slavs have a fantastic economy late game. The Slavs plus the Ethiopians have some devastating siege, but then again, they all have siege onagers, man. This is a tough call. I have to think about this one. Interesting
Well,
combos.
yeah, it's very interesting. We can talk here about the mobility. I think in this one might not be that important. Why? Because the maps are way more wallable than in the previous one. You can see that if we go to the slam with so many wood on around his town center, it's super easy to wall. What that means, you can go with the beautiful Aztecs directly fast castle or a super strong Draz with some militias and still transition to castle age. And Aztecs are Aztecs. I agree that the Slavs they get a great economy, but except they are going for a full boom as well. If they go for some knights and so on, they will have like I don't know. I see Aztecs going faster to Imperial in this situation, and I will definitely with the Slav map to wall completely. Going to Viper, Viper seems to be a little bit more open, but still a lot of forest surrounding the town center with 3 goals at the back. I don't like to have the goal in the same spot, but at least they are at the back, you know? And say that in late game, in super late game, definitely Slavs should dominate, in my opinion, Aztecs. You know, with the Voyage, with the economy they have, the siege owners, but how expensive they are, those units.
Very expensive indeed, man. But I like the Aztecs as an early Imperial Age civilization. They have the potential to go for things like elite Eagle Warriors, and like you said, this map is one of the first maps that we've seen so far that's actually feasibly wallable. The map control does matter here to make sure that you get the stone in the middle, but it can be quite difficult to breach those hills. Most importantly is that Black Hill terrain you can't actually build on, so these are not going to be incredibly stally choke points, but they can turn out to be so. I do prefer the Slavs slightly in the super late game. They have the infantry with Dragina. Boyars are an option. I feel like both the Aztecs and the Slavs and the Ethiopians, all of them have relatively similar okay mobility that they can take advantage of. And it's really going to boil down to, I think, how long this game goes and what we actually see from Lix here as our Slavs player. Or maybe the Viper can do some serious damage early on because the Aztecs are fast early, Mem, and so are the Ethiopians with their power spikes.
Well, we're going to see a long game. I have the feeling. Or at least action from till Castle Age.
Oh, yeah.
Viper is walling all already. Is walling all the maps. So Arena, it wasn't played in the previous stage, but we're getting some kind of arena walls right now. Viper is going up. No, he just made the loom just to be safe in case that he's gonna find some scout, but he's walling completely. So he might go for a fast castle right away. While Mr. Yo and Leaks both are going extremely fast. Honestly, with how wallable is this map, I prefer the Viper strategy. And Slam
Yes.
doing the same. Walling and malicious. Isn't better this strategy, Res?
I believe it is. I believe it is. And I think that the militia won't get to do too much damage on a map like this, but it's a good idea to at least scout your opponent's base and see what's up. If we go over to Slam's perspective here, he is the Aztecs, of course, so that means that he has the 50 extra gold, so this is not that much of a blow to his economy. And he did actually scout Licks. So this is great. Vision is everything in high-level Age of Empires do. Not just those incremental advantages, but scouting. And Slam using his scout here to realize that Licks' barracks is a little slower, and he doesn't actually have a full wall off. And now the Drush is ready to pounce. We're going to see it incoming now. The wall off's not going to be here. The Eagle Scout's a bit stronger than the Scout in the early game. Then the battle is about to begin.
Well, there you go. We have the militia saying he didn't wall in time. So this is actually the perfect situation, the amazing situation for Slam. Why? He's wall at home, and now he's pushing here, putting the pressure. So he only need to disturb a little bit. He will have a solid economy. You can see at home his wall almost complete already, and he's disturbing there. Well, Mr. Yo is with double archery range, didn't wall completely. And Viper will go right away to Castle Age. It's ideal situation. Why? Because Ethiopians, look at this. I am on Viper point of view. He's only with 2 villages on gold. But what else he need, Res? He will get an extra 100 gold and food. So he will make blast with an archery range and 16 minutes Castle Age.
Exactly. That 100 food and 100 gold you advance every single age gives you the Ethiopians quick access to technologies, makes advance to the ages so important. It's basically like it really helps with the crossment of the Bodkin era power spike. And this is really the dream for Slam. Actually managing to get his Drush off on a map like this, which is definitely wallable, get that Eagle Scout in to do a ton of damage. His focus fire has been excellent, as well as his self-control, not letting himself get baited underneath the town center. But the scouts are coming down from Licks as the Slavs. And one very important thing to point out is the Slavs' eco bonus of their farmers working 50% faster doesn't kick in until you actually have farms. He's getting them now, which is one of the reasons why he's going for scouts. But the Aztecs just have a better economy from the start of the game, since they spend less time walking with their villagers. So now Licks on the counter.
He's going forward.
I don't think he's going to find anything though.
No, he's going forward. He's going forward because he knows that what is happening. He can see that it's 13 minutes.
Oh,
so he's thinking 13 minutes and he's still Dark Age. What that means, I need to push, or the Aztecs will make the damage. And it's going to happen that. Look at the economy. I am on a Slam point of view, almost 800 food. And he's doing the market and blastsmith right away. I don't like that blastsmith. I don't know why he didn't, for example, delete that palisade rest and make the blastsmith there, like a wall. Because that wood is extremely exposed. Other than that, you can see how Mr. Joe is trying also to make some push on Viper, but Viper, I'm sorry, I fail. I say 16 minutes. Viper is 15 minutes, 59 seconds in Castle Age. I'm sorry, guys, this is not good. Well, it's incredible, but expected, right, Res?
Oh, yeah, absolutely expected. And one thing that's interesting is Mr. Yo does have a scout inside Viper's base. He's not actually using it to scout to see what the Viper's doing, but rather use it to break through that wall with that melee attack and to allow his archers in. But that means that he's got a blind spot, and the Viper's going to take advantage of this by just building another wall. He's going to run straight into 2 wolves, though. Meanwhile, Lix is trying his best to do some damage. I completely agree with your analysis here, in that when you go for the Drush as the Aztecs, it slows down your feudal age timing and leaves you vulnerable to this tower. Now, the real question is, does Slam see this? Because I'm going to say he does not. What an immaculately well-placed tower.
He's doing the tower, but honestly, that tower from Lix is just amazing. He can't imagine that he's gonna make a tower, but now he's gonna deny both goals. It's true that he's doing a counter tower, but Slam he deleted the mining even. He forced him to delete the mining, and now he make all the villages to All the villages, well, it's 100 wood, but not only that. Now you are in Castle Age, but you don't have gold. You don't have gold. So what you do now in Castle Age? And you build a tower so you cannot make also extra town centers. Not good for Islam. Not good for Islam. While in the other side, we can see how Mr. Yo, it's inside on the Viper. Viper will have crossbow upgrade, yes. But Mr. Yo is there with 36 villages, 10 villages more than the Viper. And Viper now is open. You can see archers from the left, okay? Remember that since he went super quick up, Viper will have crossbows and bodkin, but he doesn't have enough army. Look at those archers. Look at those archers. He's there with 5 archers and fletching. He can take the goal. Is the Viper going to notice instantly or not? I am on Viper point of view. Let's see his speed, the multitasking. Oh, he didn't notice. Viper is human, guys. He's losing 1 villager, 2 villagers. He's gonna take another villager. He still don't notice. Viper is definitely human, Red.
What? Impossible. The Viper can't possibly be human. But he actually lost some villagers there. It must be a bug. It will get fixed in patch 5.9. I will talk to the developers. We'll get it done. And meanwhile, Slam really wants to go for Eagle Warriors. That was his plan from the start. But like you said, what are the Aztecs going to do in the Castle Age without gold? So he's actually been selling food and wood at the market to sustain Eagle Warrior production. Eagle Warriors of +3 versus cavalry does actually make them decent versus scouts, not that great versus knights. And he is able to actually kind of push this back. There's no wall at the base of this tower, and the defensive tower from Slam is excellent. Yo's doing some serious damage to this gold mine. All 3 of those gold mines in the same spot. But guess what? Crossbowmen, bodkin arrow, the range is superior for the Viper, and I'll push it back.
No, but this is a really good play here by SY for now. And I explained myself. Population for Mr. Yo, it's huge. He has 11 villages more and a lot more army. I know that he has crossbows and bodkin, but with 5 army, you are not gonna counter 17. And Mr. Yo is on the way to Castle Age. In the other spot, I love this second tower. Look how he's building this like an amazing architecture. Now he's losing that village, but second tower, he's gonna put the village inside, and with that second tower, he might be able to kill those eagles. Let's see. He need to repair fast. He's repairing, and but just put the village inside. You need to
He's trying to ungarrison on the other side, but he can't do it. He's doing that corner garrison tower hop thing they got the Break the Meta episode on, but it's really hard to do. He keeps ungarrisoning them the wrong spot. It's so hard to do correctly. Instead, he's like, oh, whatever, I'm just building a stone wall.
It's amazing. Look what he did. He won it there perfect, and Elix is on the way to Castle with 40 population, Islam 45. And guys, Islam is doing these eagles using the market. What that means, his economy is at the very limit. He didn't have resources. You check on the top left corner, the notification for the spec overlay. He's selling the wood completely, all the time. Selling resources to make eagles, to make something. Because right now, he's at the very limit. The game, even if the Viper and Islam still seems to be ahead because of the score, it's very close. You can check the spec overlay. Same village almost. And Mr. Yo, that is gonna be in Castle Age right now, will have more army than the Viper.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna make the thumbnail arson, but it's going to be the entire thumbnail. This is one of the best uses of arson I have seen in competitive play. What a supposedly niche technology that is actually just something you should just splash on there, you know? Slap it on with the Might of Zeus. Grab yourself some arson. +2 attack damage versus buildings for infantry units. Look at them, tearing right through these houses, right through these watchtowers. That's for the Eagle Warriors from Slam. That arson attack is clutch. It's going to allow him to finally secure a gold mine instead of having to use the market to make Eagle Warriors. Thank goodness he doesn't have to do that anymore. But meanwhile, Mr. Yo's in the Castle Age. He's grabbing all of his techs. He's going to chew right through those palisade walls. And the Viper, though, not born yesterday. Not with those wrinkles. He's going to put down a siege workshop. Very well placed, close to his town center, so his mangonels won't get sniped on spawn. And he's going to need to get out of mangonel in time before the crossbowmen pick off his villagers.
Yeah, Mr. Yo and Viper are both in a quite equally position. Now we can see how Slam did amazing with the market. He took all those villages forward. He has killed all those towers. He now stabilized a little bit. He has the tower, 2 town centers, and with 8 villages more being Aztecs than that Leaks. That's a lot. That's a lot. And doing squares. Leaks is doing chain-guarding armor, but what he should do now, Leaks, maybe he should go together with Mr. Yo, or do you think he should go to attack Islam? Honestly, really hard spot to attack Islam because he's completely wall and doing also a monastery. So maybe he should go together with Mr. Yo.
Well, at least he has the gold now to actually afford units as the Aztecs. They rely so much on gold in the Castle Age, and being zoned off of that by Lix was a fantastic play. Now he's able to have Monks for the support, Monks to grab relics, and the Eagle Warriors as well if he needs to defend the Viper. And I think that Slam does want to get in there and try and get Mr. Yo's army while he's in the wrong neighborhood. Meanwhile, the Viper did lose a villager, but Mr. Yo, seeing the writing on the wall, he knows that the mangonels are coming. Dun dun.
And he's moving.
Dun dun
yeah.
dun dun. Ah,
Good
and he's
job.
going to make a fantastic play. This is where most people would fall apart. They'd stay in there. Everyone wants to kill some of the Viper's lumberjacks, but you usually don't get the opportunity to, and it's not worth it. Mr. Yo's going to make the smart play and wait for the ballistics upgrade to finish before he engages, and he's not going to get greedy and stay in there.
The
But here
Eagles,
comes the
the
Eagles
Eagles.
for flank.
The Eagles. I don't know where the Knights are from Slavs. Where the Knights? Where the Knights from Leaks? He's there. He's almost there. If he's gonna be able to catch up those mangonels, he really can do a good damage. Mr. Yo is ahead in villas, and guys, Resonance, really, with Ethiopians, Mr. Yo right now is with the same villas than Viper and 40 archers. I mean, 40 military, maybe not, it's not all archers, I'm gonna check. No, yeah, everything is archers. 39 archers going inside. If he's taking those mangonels to the Viper, look at the score from Mr. Yo. I mean, it's scary. It's scary, man. He's right now 700 score ahead to the Viper. Those Knights are +2. He should take the mangonels and he can now take a lot of villages. He has the ballistic as well. The Eagles are coming, but Mr. Yo is doing an excellent job over the Viper. There is a lot of Eagles coming, but the Knights and the Crotos will be an oath. Remember, guys, Ethiopian archers, they are hitting 18%. Look at the amount of archers, Res. It's incredible, man.
It is incredible. Mr. Yo's pop is out of this world at 110. Now, Lix's might be a little bit low, but the coordination between SY here has been absolutely phenomenal. Secret's been playing great, but SY's been playing as a team here. Having Lix go underneath the town center to pick off those mangonels. Once again, guys, I think they might actually be coordinating over voice chat or something crazy like that. Horsecollar coming out for the Viper to buff up Ezekiel. The Viper on the defense. He's got the Crossmen here and the Knights. That's a tough army comp to deal with. We're going to need some assistance from Slam, but the thing is Slam has to wait. He's actually has to heal up his Eagle Warriors right now as they're all so low on HP, and he doesn't feel like he has enough. And in the meantime, if any of these military buildings go down, actually, I think that matters a lot. But here comes the mangonels.
Let's see this fight here. I still think that they need to make the damage fast. Why? Because even if they have a good position here, Leaks, it's quite behind in economy. It's true that the Slavs can't look at this fight now. The good thing here is that they are together all the time. The Viper is slinging Slam. The Viper is slinging Slam because Mr. Yo, it's on the way to Imperial and the Viper is slinging Slam. Well, 2 versus 2. And the Snake is slinging Slam. Whoa! That's quite a surprise, but probably a good decision, right? Look, the resources for Slam right now. Oh God, it is gonna go up to Imperial. Slam, good population, but Mr. Yo is up already. And they are now going to push on Slam. But they really need to make the damage because the Elite Eagle Warriors might clean all those units. What do you think, Res?
I think that this is brilliant. And an unexpected play from the Viper here to sling Slam to Imp. But we were talking about this earlier in the game. I really like the Aztecs as an early Imperial Age civilization with Elite Eagle Warrior. I think that they can do some serious damage, and they can definitely clean up those Knights. They have a very small attack bonus versus Cavalry, and if the Knights are just Knights and not Cavaliers Paladins, you're pretty good to go. They also do clean up those Ethiopian archers, even though they do have a nice little attack speed bonus. I think this is a great play by the Viper. Take some pressure off of him at home. Now the pressure's all on Slam's base. His base is really well positioned, but the real question is, does he have enough barracks? Does he have the eco for this? Because he's losing his at the front. He may lose another Rex. The Viper sending even more cash money, laundering it all into Slam. Can Slam pull it back? Because Imperial Age is so far away, man, and then he's got to get Elite Eagle Warrior too. Oh, and he got housed.
Well, Well, he went with that PC. He's not gonna lose the tone center, but he's taking more and more barracks. Gonna be very interesting and difficult because now his Arbalest Bracer chemistry is doing everything. Look at the 3 Mangoners. He need to go and kill those Mangoners. Ay. This is gonna be an epic fight. We gotta see it. He's trying to go with the Eagles. Look at that micro. They are dancing over the ground, literally. The good thing for Mr. Yo and Leaks is that they still well at home. So what Islam is gonna try is now to counter and defend. Also, Ethiopians, maybe when he sees that he's in Imperial, he can switch to infantry, but Mr. Yo has 82 villages, like not a huge population, but guys, look at those resources. The Mangoners don't the Arbalest like this. He didn't lose because he has Arbalest. It was probably Kronos. He will lose it. Less HP, remember? Okay, look at those Mangoners now going down, and they are taking a lot of map control. Who has the advantage here? Because in the other side, look at Mr. Yo. He's not only attacking here, he's raiding the Viper at home. He's pushing, man. Mr. Yo is in a total domination. The Viper 84 population, Mr. Yo 140, and he's pushing with siege rams incoming. But in the other side, they are also killing the toll center for Islam. Wow, what is today with the players and the teams?
It's the Memb and Res co-cast, dude. But like I've always respected SY as an amazing team, but this must be some kind of glitch here. We're seeing Secret showing some cracks as SY's teamwork is immaculate. You saw the way they focused down the Mangonels from the Viper coming in, but the thing is, he had to come in from the left side. There were those palisades and buildings blocking him. There just wasn't a good way to get a clean engage, and Lix had the mobility. He perfectly split his knights between both sides, and the Arbalest upgrade, like you said, allowed him to survive the splash damage, even though it's 40 versus 40, the Mangonel deals slightly reduced in AoE. Man, that was an amazing game, and like Yo's pushing in the other side in Imp. Well played.
You saw that there was like a drop or a restore. I can tell you guys that they call it here the GG.
They called it.
This is the first point for SY because it actually was over. The domination here for Mr. Yo, I don't remember since Yo was playing, like this long time ago. And in this one, the teamwork was incredible, but Mr. Yo was pushing Res early to the Viper constantly. I mean, Viper did an amazing fast castle, but Mr. Yo was with a lot of army. Yes, wasn't Kronos and plus 2, but he did a transition to Castle Age pretty smooth time. We can check in the achievements right now. Achievements, technology. You can see how Mr. Yo did 22 Castle Age time. That usually is a very nice one, but with a lot of army. And then that Imperial time with 33 minutes. If you check in the timeline, look how Mr. Yo from minute 13, 14 got a lot of army and control basically all the map. Res.
What an interesting game here. I feel like Secret felt pressured because they knew that SY had a potentially stronger late game. So they really wanted to leverage the strengths of their comp by doing Slam's Drush early, which was absolutely fantastic. And then the Viper actually slinging Slam into Imp so that he could use those Elite Eagle Warriors. I feel like if that happened a bit earlier, it didn't work out because SY was just playing so well. They're so coordinated and putting all that pressure on Slam, picking off all of his barracks and houses and making the whole plan fall to pieces. But it was a solid plan. And just in the end, it wasn't fast enough. That is
like...
it was risky.
No, I think it wasn't planned. It was like a desperate decision.
That was the only way they could win. They had to take the risk.
Let's sling. We have to do something because they are slightly ahead. And guys, well, this is the day of the surprise, right? And but with a really good play. This is what matters the most because you can get an upset and say, oh, they have disappointed, they Titanic. No, it's all with really nice plays. And we have seen how SY took the first game with a great performance. And now the second game is going to be Team Island. Well, I don't know if there is going to be a break or whatever. I'm ready and I'm so hyped to keep going. So whatever you want, guys, if you want to keep going or there's a break, just let me know. But with these games, wow,
Yeah,
I don't need
I mean,
to.
I'll
I
grab
don't
a
need
quick
to.
sip of water, but like, yeah, these games have been absolutely fantastic. If y'all have been enjoying our casting, again, feel free to check out our respective channels. Don't forget to follow EscapeAoE for more awesome games. Apparently, we get good luck. This series have been fantastic. It started off deceptively slow, but they were just doing that to mess with us. So this next game's going to be crazy. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. Well, we can ask some questions into the chat. People is asking if they can change the players. No, they have to select these fixed players for the events because, and Zach can correct me if I'm wrong. If for the 2v2 events, they can use, for example, the players in a fixed amount of times. So you cannot play all the times like always Viper. Viper can play, if I'm not wrong, 2 times in the 2v2 2 versus 2 events, and they choose this team, right? And Viper and Slam is the team for the whole series, like Mr. Yo and Leaks is gonna be the team as well. You also were talking about Team Island, and that is why is GG. Well, SY pick Team Island, so it's like their whole map. So it's gonna be really interesting to see the next one.
Yeah, I think it's been a little while since I've actually casted Team Island's game, but I had a really good co-cast for one of the Escape Masters tournaments with Zach. It's a crazy Team Island's game, and it actually had the Viper in it. So I am excited to see what they pull out of their bag of tricks. I know that Team Secret can be quite dirty on the water, but so can SY. I hope you're all excited for some fire galleys in 6, 4, 2.
Well, I don't know if you watched it. I was casting in my channel the previous Team Island we saw. Almost no water. Everyone was landing. Everyone was
I did
landing.
see that actually a bit, yeah.
So say that. Well, let's see what is going to happen. Maybe they are thinking that, but there we go. A deep breath, guys. A deep breath because we have right now. Well, Secret again. I like this composition. Look at this Team Island. How it's starting. This is like a middle Big Mac, like a burger. What is this? Look at those Team Island, Malay,
It is
Italians. It is like this, and it's completely mirror. So say that we have Slam with Italians facing the blue Italians and Malay. Oh no, it's Malay versus Malians. I got confused a little bit. It's not Malay. It's Malay versus Malians. With me, guys, in this Escape Champions League, it's Resonance 22. And what do you think about this civilization choice, Mr. Res?
Always a pleasure to be joined by you, man. I think that the M civilizations was the M and the I civilizations were 2 things that we routinely joked about as being so strong civilizations. The M civs are all fantastic. So the Malay on the water really need no introduction. I'd love to see some harbors. Actually, I wouldn't really because they're quite difficult to play against. But the Malay on water are fantastic with all of their fishing bonuses, and they also have a great dock tech tree. The Malians are interesting because they don't have Bracer, and that matters a lot in these late-game galley engagements. However, boy, do they have the eco bonuses for the water. With that free gold mining, as well as the 15% discount on wood cost for the buildings besides farms, that allows them to actually get out a larger navy early in the game. The Italians themselves are obviously fantastic with the 15% cheaper fishing ships and the 50% cheaper dock technologies. This is going to be a cool game, but one thought on my mind, Mem, is the map generation. I feel like Lix is really close to the shore, but I want to hear what else you think about the maps.
Well, it's really close to the shore, and it's invite what I'm maybe gonna make a really quick call. He's gonna land, man. Mm-hmm. He's gonna land, and for that, I mean, this civilization for late game, and if they have some eco bonus, I don't feel that is a good one for water. Missing the +3 later on, I'm not convinced. And Leaks is usually a crazy player. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's see. I smell a transport from Malian. Say that. Well, all the other civilizations are like you said, point out, one of the best on water, if not the best. About the map generation is a weird one. They are, like you said, yellow really close to the water as well. Green too. Both are doing the docks already in front. And blue, Mr. Yo, also dock in front. While red, Slam, yeah, forward a little bit on the left. Something that I like if they are going to go water is that SY are closer You see the distance between both dogs? It's closer than definitely Slam and Viper. It's a point that it can matters, at least in early game. You know,
Yes.
when you want to make some big fights there. Well, let's see.
I mean, this is one of the weirdest team islands I've ever seen. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's shaped like a hamburger in that both teams actually have equally valuable back fishing and fishing in the left and right large ocean. And in the middle of the map, the two teams are essentially mirrored. So we have the Italians, which go without saying are a fantastic water civilization. And then we have the two M's, the wild cards here, versus each other. I think that the Malay being able to advance through the ages way faster, 80% faster, is also amazing on the water. I think they have the clear advantage there. But since they're so close via rush distance, I think you're right. We will see some landings. And it really is important on the water to actually have your docks close to your teammates' docks. So Secret being that far away, sure, Slam has a bit more fish at his disposal, but it's going to be harder for him to protect the Viper. And I hope they're both ready for a land battle.
Well, let's see. A good thing for Slam is that he's going extremely quick up. He's on the way to Fiddle. Is 9 minutes 24. It's gonna be followed by Mr. Yo, but Mr. Yo with one villager more. So actually, it's basically the same. Remember, guys, that you need 25 seconds to make a villager. So there we are, 27 difference. Mr. Yo is almost the same. It's true that in the generation with the galleys, if he's going super aggressive, those 30 seconds can make a difference in a crash. But let's check. Oh my God, we didn't fail, man. Look at the transport already for
Yes!
Is there, man? I mean, I was sure when I see this Malian's civilization, I was 100% sure. We didn't fail, man. We didn't fail, and the transport is happening. We're going to follow completely. Fog of War activated, and Leaks, it's going around. Let's see if they are going to make some better transport than before. And don't get spoiled. I mean, it's the most important, right? That don't get spoiled early if you are going to transport.
Indeed, and that's why he's going the long way. Lix is very sneaky, but the Viper, once again, not born yesterday. You see the way he patrols his scout along the edge of the hamburger patty? And now he's going south, a little bit towards the bun, so that hopefully I've got my eye on his Fog of War. He knows the landing is possible. Lord knows how he knows. I guess he just assumes that since he's so close to the coast, he's going to see it. I think he barely saw it.
But he's not behind the transport. He's actually ahead of the transport, you know? But he's ahead on time, you know? He should be a little bit.
Is he going to patrol back?
A little bit behind. No. He's going out to the left. And
he's going all the way around the burger.
He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Well, this is good. Did he make the barrack at home green? I believe so. Yes, he did. Perfect. It's very good. You have that at home. And now, well, but Viper has huge experience. He knows when he noticed that there's only 2 fishing ships, as you can see, the first fire galley, only 2 fishing ships. He doesn't see any other dock. He knows that the land is happening. Oh, stable. He did scouts. He's not even going archers. Okay. I want to see this. Even more now, Lix is going to scouts. Okay, interesting. Well, it's a very good choice because there's no barrack, right? He don't expect to have spears to defend, so he can do the damage. The problem is, poor Mr. Yo, be lonely on water. Do you think he's gonna be able to counter 2 players? Unlikely.
Unlikely, really considering that he's also facing the Italians. I think he's doing a decent job, but this is patch 5.7 with the ECL changes, so the fishing ships do still disintegrate if they touch a fire galley, and I do think that he's eventually going to lose out on the water, but his focus fire has been immaculate. He's doing a great job with this. I do agree that the Viper could defend at home with relatively ease. He's going to do it now by walling up his resources. He's got a barracks. He can just make a couple spearmen. I like Lix's landing. But the Viper scouted at that time. I know it looked like he was scouting the edge of his island, and he obviously was. But he was doing it deliberately at that time to make sure that he could catch any landing if it happened. But he was just barely off on the timing, or he would have seen Lix a little bit sooner. But he's seen Lix in time, and now I think he's going to be safe.
But that's the problem now to doing a scout. If they don't spot it, you can take the volleys quite fast and do a lot of damage. But now they're walling all, and without range units, you cannot make so much damage. Now he's gonna switch and make an archery range. The good thing is that Lix is gonna try to disturb both. But even like this, What is Mr. Yo gonna be able to do? Is he getting the water? It's complicated, but if he distract a lot both players, we will see, man. It can be a good strategy.
I do like that he is trying to harass both players, forcing both of them into an early barracks and some additional spearmen that neither of them wanted, as well as making each of their bases ugly. That's a definitive.
Oh, look at the water! Look at the water! Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, the demo shot! Nice!
Took 3.
Finally!
Almost 3, man. Almost 3 galleys, but now he's inside with the scout. This action. And now where we focus? Well, the scouts are going. The scouts are going. Oh, he wall in the last second, and he makes those scouts are going to the TC and make a lot of damage with that spear. Damn it.
Ooh.
Oh,
the demo raft whiffs, by the way. The second demo raft in the middle just whiffed. It almost did it. But in the end, Slam's able to defend his base on the land. I love that watchtower positioning, by the way. He is all turtled up. And Lix is even putting down a double archer range here. He's just forgetting the water entirely. He doesn't want to deal with that late game with no bracer.
Yeah, but then... I don't know. I mean, well, Malians is okay. It's a good civilization. Oh, it's open! It's open! A Viper got a hole and he didn't notice. Look at the archer inside, but he's not going with the scout. Now he noticed. He's there with the scout. Be careful, Viper. What happened with Viper? I mean, a hole. Doesn't happen. Yeah, man. Wow. It's some mistakes that we are not used to see on Viper, and the archer is now going to make some damage. Double archery range. The thing is, now water. Maybe Mr. Yo is gonna be able to do something on water. Well, we'll see. He has the fletching, while Viper has no fletching. Really important in these kind of battles. And he's still open there. 2 scouts, 4 archers. He's doing some damage on Viper. Viper is right now 42 population. It's working, man. Lix is doing the job.
I mean, I gotta say, Lix just knows where to position his units at all times so very effectively. And he's coordinating with Yo very well this game too. Identifying that hole, and there's been a hole in every single series we've casted so far. Like you said, fletching instrumental here. The Viper having so much idle time in his lumberjacks. That's so important.
Yeah, wow. I was about
and look
to
on the
say
water,
exactly
by the way, with these demo rafts. Well, is the raft gonna hit the raft?
Yeah, it's crazy. But the problem is that for Viper, man, Viper has 0 economy. Look at his point of view now. His point of view, almost no food, no gold, no nothing. Look at the scout. Now a scout with his scale bard in armor, taking another building. No, but the archers are coming, taking that. With that tower, he took the wood, took the stone. And where's now the resources for Viper? Where's the gold for Viper? Viper can't take gold? No gold for the Viper. Wow.
Wait a minute. You neutral. Okay, so faster. Okay. Free gold mining is a really good bonus. We can all agree on that. What if your opponent has no gold mines? Countered. That's next level. And I have to say, Lix's tower positioning once again is on point. Perfect. And Mr. Yo's doing a great job on the water. This can't be understated with his demo rafts actually managing to harass both of these players and be a giant jerk. And let's see if this demo raft lands true. Every ship is scattering. They don't want to get hit by that blast. But all that matters is that he's weakened the fire galleys. And now, oh man, Mr. Yo is going for the sick plays of the fire galleys, attack moving in the general direction, and remembering to focus fire them down. But meanwhile, Slam going for revenge. Again, these fire galleys just delete these fishing ships. The demo rafts coming out. I love this. So they've got Lix on the land, pushing in to Slam's base, while Yo is going really heavy on the demo rafts. And now, ma'am, look at what Lix is doing inside Slam's base.
The good thing is that he's disturbing both. He's now gonna take few villages. He's forcing him to don't have resources. It's true that he's with double stable, but he doesn't have great economy. And the good thing, okay, maybe he's gonna clean those archers and scout with the knights. Yes, but who's gonna dominate the water now? Mr. Yo will dominate the water if he's just focusing completely there. You can see now, Mr. Yo with 3 docks full of fire galleys, he will make the upgrade right away. And Leaks is on the way to Castle Edge, so maybe he's not gonna clean that easy those archers, right? And stable as well building. Oh my god. And the good thing is he's in the middle between both players. He's disturbing all the time, while at home Lix and Mr. Yo are completely safe. Completely safe.
I mean, I love this play between them. They are so coordinated. SY, they are just in sync. So
Yeah,
Lix's
they're playing
landing
so good.
forces them to stay safe, and then Mr. Yo has been able to basically 2v1 on the water with just clever use of demo rafts. He's in the castle age now, so is Slam, and they're gonna get that war galley upgrade immediately, which upgrades your fire galleys and your demo rafts too, I guess. He's putting down an extra dock, and I just love this play from both of them. However, the Viper's getting a decisive engagement on the Lix, catching him by surprise with a couple skirmishers, and now Lix on the retreat. The Viper also has +1 defense. Lix is not going to retreat inside his tower. Instead, he's going to let the Viper get in close range, and the Viper's going to get some pickoffs. That's the classic Viper micro we know and love.
But look on the left also. He's gonna lose the Billies. No, he's walling in the last second. There you go. He's saving the Billy when he's doing the second stable. He's gonna be able to finish. Let's see Leaks. Leaks. No. He's gonna lose a Billy. Oh my God! Don't lose the Billies. He's losing one of those 2 Billies. He needs to keep one alive. But the Viper is going with the archers. He's gonna finish the second stable. He's gonna finish or not? No, he's not. Yes, he finished.
Yes.
Now he's losing. He's losing. It's really important, guys, because here he could add now a monastery. It would be a lot more damage, but still, since Mr. Yo is taking the water control, he's gonna be able to make another transport. That would be not a big problem. Now Viper is on the way to Castellage, and who did it like? Who did it like? Team Island. Team Island? This is a very beautiful map, man. It depends how you play, right? It's like all the maps. Depends how you play. And the game, it's super exciting, but if you check now, the shoreline, look at Mr. Yo dominating the water completely.
Faster war galley, excellent demo raft control, and full coordination with Lix, harassing both of Team Secret's members at home. That combination has been devastating. And speaking of devastating combinations, the Malians get camels, and they get great ones at that later on in the game. Actually, don't like all that, almost all the African civilizations.
Yeah, well, it's an amazing situation. Rez, it's an amazing situation because even if he lost those villages, he still have double stable, double arching range. So he's going with crossbows, some camels, so he can make the damage. And the thing is, only this turbine is doing the job because in the meanwhile, Mr. Yo will boom, will get the water completely, and when he is ready, he will go up to Imperial, and then what? Then who will stop Mr. Yo? Gonna be really complicated. Look at the population. This is incredible. But this can be an upset with a 2-0 with secrets. Whoa! Who will expect this, man? Who will expect this? Anyway,
nobody.
We will focus. Look at
that's
with those
that's why they gotta watch our casts. Yeah. Because
it's
otherwise,
crazy,
you never know if you're going to get bamboozled. So honestly, these camels are so good here. Managing to clean up the Viper on the right side earlier on, and also just deter Slam's Knights, because Slam doesn't have access to camels himself. This army comp by Lix is fantastic. The town center is not going to go up by the Viper. It's going to be really difficult for him to. He actually got Bodkin, by the way, before Crossbowmen, because he wanted his watchtower to do more damage, and hopefully his town center, but it's not going to go up.
He landed, Slam landed with few knights. It's trying to make some damage. Yeah, but it is okay. He has a monastery, so he has now a monk. And with 3 knights without siege, he's not gonna make a big impact. They know that they have to disturb on their base. And but this is not enough. It's only 3 knights, not gonna be a big deal. While in the other side, Lix is doing the damage. As I told you, you see he transported another 2 villages, and now he's going siege. Whoa, man. Whoa. And Mr. Yo, 68 villages, man. 68 villages. And soon, since he's with Italians, we'll be able to go up to Imperial. Look at his population. Man, this is incredible. But SY is dominating Secret. And I will say, Rez, clearly, right?
What a pleasure, yeah. This is a surprise, I think, for a lot of people, but hopefully this encourages more of you to watch SY games. I have always a tremendous respect for both Team Secret and SY, but when I see Yo and Lix in a game, oh, they're just disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting. The teamwork here, they're basically 2v1ing on the land and the water at the same time because they're so coordinated. That's how you do a 2v2 in ECL, man. I love it. And Lix is camping that hill in the back as well. Even if Lix loses his forward, I think the damage is done. I love Slam's decision to land, but look at SY. Just immediately with the monks on the defense, neutralizes those knights, and those are fewer knights at home to deal with Lix.
Do you know what we're going to see now, guys? I'm missing. I have said, oh man, why to nerf Condottieros? I want to see the Condottieros, but I smell
I don't want to see
Condottieros will
them.
happen. I really smell how fast you can go with Condottieros. You can see Mr. Yo with the transport, with 5 villas transport. He's gonna put those villas probably just in front on a slam base. I don't think he's gonna even try to sneak it.
Wait,
he's gonna
wait a
go, or
minute.
he's gonna go to Viper. No, he's going directly to a slam. He will make a barrack and then will try to just go super fast. Remember that Condottieros don't need any upgrades. You make just right away from Imperial, right?
Now, Condottieros, yes. So I knew that the fast enough Condottieros was going to be the play from Mr. Yo the entire time, but what I didn't think about initially, now I'm getting flashbacks, PTSD Vietnam flashbacks from our beta testing. Memb, we missed a crucial synergy. This is the Malians plus Italians. Those are like Huscarls. They get the bonus armor. And
huge
that
bonus,
is
man.
absolutely obnoxious if Lix ever gets to it.
But yeah, you can focus in the middle. Look at this.
Squire's
you can focus
coming
in
down.
the middle. Lix is destroying in the middle, Res. Sorry that
Oh,
I
no
interrupt
problem.
you because it's crazy. In the middle, with those crowds with knights, just put in all the fort. But then on the left, look at those 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks, and then he can spam. This is incredible, but this game absolutely over. The population is just huge advantage. Oh, but look at the slam.
Slam's barely noticed. Now he noticed.
Man. Okay, it's not over yet. The slam was fast, really, really fast. Now he's gonna make a castle there. The castle is gonna happen. Is gonna happen or not? There you go. Castle incoming with 3-5 billies. The Condottieros with +2. And what is he doing? Bell? The panic is activated, man. The panic is activated. Yeah, man. Really.
Oh, there was a hole. There was a hole, but he saw it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got faked out there. No hole in Slam's base. They showed us like 4 today, but this one was a fake. Slam's going to pick off this Mangonel, by the way, by Lix. They're looking decent at picking off Lix, but the problem is another player is under the game. Mr. Yo has landed. He's going to get this castle up. And even though the Condottieros are not that strong anymore after all of the nerfs, it doesn't matter because you can just get them out instantly and then transition into something else compared to, say, a champion, which requires 18,000 upgrades.
He's seen Reds. He's seen with the Condottieros. There's no way they can come back from these. But honestly, even if you see the score like this for Mr. Yo, here is a complete team play, but the damage Lix did, it was just amazing. It was amazing. He just let Mr. Yo make and I put in quotes, a quiet game, but look at this. Castle there, Condottieros, now he will go trail with it. Wow, this is complete outplay, man. Complete outplay by SY, doing an amazing series. Crazy. Actually, well, everyone is always waiting to see Secret, right? But it's gonna be the only series 2-0 today.
Yeah, I mean, Secret is so good, but SY, I mean, that's why I casted like all their games in War is coming, because they just don't disappoint. These Condottieros, they lost 1 Pierce Armor to make them a little bit worse against ranged units and to make them a little bit worse at destroying town centers. But still, the thing is Slam, I don't think saw this coming. He ended up making 2 battering rams, a ton of resources to try and push Lix off of the island. But what he didn't expect was the landing. Coming down there with the Condottieros is going to clear the entire base. Blast Furnace coming down. SY, so good, man. So good. Another castle.
Yeah, well, Viper is up to Imperial. Let's see what he can do, Viper in Imperial. With Malai, I am on his point of view. He has 89 population, while Mr. Yo, 160. I mean, I don't see any chances. And a second cast, they have all the map control. They have the water, they have the land, they have the island. The score TP is 1,200. They keep raiding all the time. Well, it's about time, man. It's about time that they will call it. It's about time. Mr. Yo is even sending now behind. Yeah, you can see barracks to the Viper city just to raid completely. He's not raided, you know. Yeah, man, it's brutal difference with the population and with the map control. Definitely.
The town center is here.
They are calling the GG, man. Wow, what series, man? What series with SY playing like a long time? Well, like in the old times. Remember, guys, that if you are new in this competitive scene from Age of Empires, that is why it has been around forever, and they dominated in team games, also with Nations Cup, it's different because it's true that in Nations Cup, they are not Titans, former Titans or secret, right? It's just for nationalities, but they were, and in the Clan Master, for example, they won also to the Titans, but that was like a couple of years ago. But it's the first time that I see in a tournament that SY dominate like this to secret. Whoa.
I am so impressed by how coordinated those two are. This is exactly what I wanted to see from the 2v2 stage from this tournament, was just perfect team play. Yo and Lix on the same page. They had such a strange combination of civilizations, but boy, did they do them well. They even had that Imperial Age threat. In case the game for some reason dragged on and Yo wasn't able to clean it up, then Lix can come in with his own Condotieros with the additional Pierce armor. There were a lot of threats at play here. And I love how they put Lix on the land and then Yo on the sea, and they both managed to basically 2v1 it with just basically perfect play on their part. What a great game to watch. And we really hope that you enjoyed our co-casting in that series. Wow.
Well, it was amazing. We can check the achievements and see that Leaks, well, pretty balanced military unit kills and lost. Exactly the same. 97-97, Viper similar too. We can now move on and check the economy. Expected economy from Mr. Yo, well, ahead to everyone else because he was booming. 124 values. Checking the society stats, technology, the only one that he was in Imperial. And in the timeline, we're going to see how he exploding villages, but Malians Leaks was with a lot of army during all the game, disturbing both players, the Viper and Slam. So that was the second game, and whoa, 2 upset today. 2-0 for SY Secret. A lot of people was looking forward for Secret versus AM in the finals, and they both are the upset this tournament, this event. Amazing games, guys. Hopefully you have really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was an awesome game. I really enjoyed that. It was huge. Lix, what a play from Lix. I know Mr. Yo got the MVP star in the end, but I think Lix won them the game because he was able to keep Viper. I mean, think about it, right? Viper and Slam are both making a land army to deal with one player, Lix. And Lix keeps them busy for long enough for Yo to get Imp and then land himself, and then it's not like they completely killed Lix on the land 2v1 and then they could come back. By the time they'd even started to fight Lix together, Mr. Yo had already landed and the Condottiero were there, and at that point it's over. That was an insanely well coordinated game from the SY team. I think they played so well that game.